You're an adult now. Nobody is screaming at you. Yet a minor inconvenience happens, a plan falls through, a cup spills, and something inside you reacts with a sheer intensity that completely overrides the moment. You notice the patterns repeating. You hold back from the people who actually treat you well. You apologize constantly, almost just for taking up space in a room. And when things finally start going right, you watch yourself slowly dismantle them, completely powerless to intervene. Beneath all of this is a quiet, persistent hum, a background belief telling you that you are somehow wrong in a way that cannot be repaired. Psychology identifies these patterns as the invisible echoes of childhood events, or the things that should have happened but didn't. Every one of these frustrating behaviors is a highly effective biological strategy. Your nervous system is working exactly as it was programmed to. It's simply running on deeply outdated software. Understanding these mysterious behaviors requires treating the nervous system like a biological machine adapted for survival. This timeline visualizes emotional flooding. A door slams, and that tiny present-day trigger creates an overwhelming physical response. This happens because your nervous system operates on pattern recognition. It recognizes unpredictability and responds with the full intensity of your original childhood experience. This exact same biological mechanism governs how you handle closeness. You might meet someone patient and consistent, someone who gives you zero reasons to doubt them, and you still wait for them to leave. If you grew up in an environment where love was unpredictable, your biology learned to interpret closeness as a physical threat. You learned through experience that the people closest to you are the ones most likely to hurt you. Your difficulty trusting safe people is an accurate memory of what trust once cost you. To manage these perceived threats, your body relies on extreme levers. As this gauge shows, you toggle between two modes. Either you are hyper-alert, managing every detail to prevent a crisis, or you collapse and shut out the world entirely. There is no middle ground because a calm, regulated baseline was never modeled for you. Your nervous system is simply choosing between the only two settings it was ever taught. Another mitigation tactic is the exhausting reflex to constantly apologize. You apologize when someone else is in a bad mood or when a plan falls through. You absorb blame for events completely outside your control. Preemptively taking the blame was a brilliant strategy. It allowed you to shrink yourself and defuse a volatile room before conflict could erupt. Whether you are shutting down completely, trying to fix everyone's problems, or over-apologizing, these behaviors are outdated tools. Your body is trying to control chaos that no longer exists. Then there are the symptoms that feel the most baffling: the deep-seated conviction that you are too much or not enough, and the bizarre instinct to sabotage a perfectly good situation. That feeling of being inherently flawed develops when a child's emotional needs are repeatedly dismissed. A child will rarely conclude that their caregivers are failing them. To maintain their vital source of safety, they blame themselves instead. This graph illustrates a window of tolerance collapse. When life becomes genuinely good, it triggers an immediate system alert, exceeding what your nervous system recognizes as safe. Terrified of losing this goodness, it initiates a preemptive strike, returning to a familiar, survivable low baseline. You are not self-destructive. Your body is taking ultimate, desperate measures to protect you from a devastating loss it is biologically certain is about to happen. The biological tools built to ensure survival in childhood often look like this: oversized, heavy armor that now restricts every movement in adulthood. Seeing these patterns as physiological adaptations reveals the internal logic behind every reaction. The first step toward recovery is not attacking yourself. It isn't aggressively trying to fix your behavior or force a new habit. Healing begins with clarity, acknowledging the heavy lessons your nervous system learned in conditions it did not choose. Healing is the slow, conscious process of teaching your body a new reality. It is showing your nervous system that the historical war is finally over, and it is safe to put down the armor.